today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Arizona Cardinals offense coming out here for the first time, and you get a peek at Kyler Murray, the dangerous offensive weapon now in his 3rd season in the National Football League.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Pushes past him, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. Murray now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuse. Now, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. To throw is Murray. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Murray. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Henry. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Browns set to go on offense for the first time, led by Baker Mayfield in his 4th season now from Oklahoma.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he powers his way up past the 30. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now from the 50. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Chubb will have the first down and much more. There's the stiff arm. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield, and he whips that one incomplete there. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Mayfield with it once more. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now, rather than risk anything, Mayfield here, he's going to call a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Mayfield on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to run with Hunt. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Kareem Hunt,
his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Murray now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down, Murray. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Cards are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock. $19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
First down, Mayfield. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And in his second year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year. Expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Gets around him. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield now. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
first down carry for Henry. Fights him off. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. On play action, it's Murray. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. It's caught. Smith. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. Now Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Prater on to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back to throw here. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Aaron Donald. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Waddle now to return it. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
They begin with Henry. There's a nice move, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Murray now on 1st down. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down, here's Henry. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
They'll run it again with Henry. Able to push his way through. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the 1st since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give to Henry. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, I think Josh Norman can sympathize. He knows a little something about a run like this from Derrick Henry. I mean, that stiff arm might be the best in the business.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We'll see that Josh Norman play forever and ever, won't we? Because at Derrick Henry's size, 6'3", nearly 250, you know he's not shying away from contact. And here he just kept the defender at arm's length as he barreled his way into the end zone. I mean, just put that arm into the chest, and there he goes.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. That time, a 9-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down 28-21, a little under a minute to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Now Mayfield. Pass caught by Hooper. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Mayfield. Connects with Peoples-Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd, carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. McLaughlin for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hook up right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime. So many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4th down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach John Ford right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the 1st down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. First throw of overtime for Murray toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. They're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now Murray says hang on here. He'll step back and call a timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Arizona, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on